Hooty hoo, all you stock market gamblers. I'm Tall Mike. Today is Friday, August 28th. Anyways, we're going to talk about the gold and the silver markets today. Those have just been on a tear. I mean, they have just been ripping higher. But what's going on right now? Today, once again, we have the dollar it's just cratering. It's collapsing. It's going down. We're losing purchasing power. But we have gold and silver very active and getting a nice bid today. They're going both up. Anyways, we got gold. It's trading about $1,950 an ounce right now, and silver's at $27.50 an ounce. Now, this is actually, there's a ratio between gold and silver, and normally this ratio runs about 30 to 1. Now, recently, we got as high as 120 to 1. It took 120 ounces of silver to buy 1 ounce of gold. That was crazy. That's an all-time record high. Anyways, we've dropped back now. We're dropped back. Right now, we're about 70 to 1. Now, is silver going to continue to outperform gold? Yes, I think so. I think we're going to actually revert back to the normal, to 30 to 1 ratio. Right now, we are in kind of a consolidation in gold right now. It's come down a little bit. I do like it here still. I keep hoping for a bigger pullback. I just don't know if we're going to get it. Same with silver. I'd love to see a pullback, but silver is just ripping higher. I mean, we've had a little drop here, and it's probably, if you don't have any, definitely get some. I mean, you're just losing money in your fiat currency in the dollars. I'm a stacker as well as a trader, and anyways, I do stack some gold and silver just to have some physical, but I've made a lot of money trading it recently. Anyways, I also like the GDX and the GDXJ. Now, these are the miners. The GDX is the regular miners, and the GDXJ is the junior miners. Okay, so these have both been ripping higher. I mean, but they have pulled back. This is actually a little pullback. For example, the GDXJ back in March, $20. I mean, you could have bought it for $20. It's at hit 65. It's pulled back to right around 57, 58. Would I buy this pullback? Yes, we're going higher. I would buy this pullback. If we get some more weakness, I would add to it. Same with the GDX. The GDX was at 45. Now it's down around 41. These are sitting right above the 50-day moving average. See, they reverted to the mean. They jumped up, and now they come back. And the 50-day moving average, of course, is climbing. That's a great sign. I'm thinking that we're going to bounce off this, and we're going to head on up higher. So, yes, I would be adding to both the GDX and the GDXJ. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the Fed announcement yesterday again. The big announcement was we're going to get more inflation. Now, I'm not really sure why this is a good thing. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it's not. I don't want to go to the grocery store and pay more. I don't want to go to the gas station and pay more. I really don't. Would I like to go to the grocery store and pay less? Yes. Would I like to go to the gas pump, pay less? Absolutely. And now, I mean, the Fed will tell you that this deflation stuff is just terrible. It's bad. Do I want to see housing prices come down? Yeah. I think they're too expensive. Now, granted, I own real estate, so, houses are good, right? We've made a lot of money on them, but it's not fair. We got millions and millions of people homeless, and the Fed is just, every time they bring this inflation, it's the way they just magnify the difference between the rich and the poor. I mean, it just magnifies it. I mean, you get inflation. Is Buffett going to get wealthier? Absolutely. Is Bezos going to get wealthier? They're going to add billions and billions of dollars. What's it going to do to a lot of the middle class? What we have left of the middle class, it's going to make them poor. Anyways, a lot of people are going to lose their homes. They can't afford to pay their rent. They're going to become homeless. Do we really need this inflation? No. I'm saying no, we don't. But the government, they want it. They want it. Why? Because they owe so much money. Inflation is good if you have debt because you can pay the debt back with cheaper dollars in the future. So they want to inflate their way out now. But at the expense of who? At the expense of us. I don't want the government to inflate their way out at our expense. No, it's just ridiculous. But you have to protect yourself. You have to protect yourself. And the way we protect ourselves is with gold, silver, even Bitcoin. Absolutely, Bitcoin's going to be rising. As long as they keep printing money, all these are going to go up. Now, anyways, there's a ratio. There's a ratio between the average price of a house in the U.S. and how many ounces of silver it takes to buy it. Now, we just hit a record high in the average price of a home in the U.S. It's right around $320,000 right now. It's the average, the median priced home. I mean, this is what people pay is on average is $320,000. Now, anyways, there was a time in right around 1980, I think it was, where you could buy an average price house in the U.S. for 800 ounces of silver. All right. So that was 800 to 1. You could buy the average house. Right now, to buy the average house, do you know how many ounces of silver it takes? Well, it takes about 12,000 ounces of silver. Now, do I think at some point it will go back and only take 1,000 ounces of silver to buy a house? Yeah, I think we're going to see that again. Now, are we going to see it next week? No. Next year? No, very doubtful. It's going to play out probably in the next 4 to 5 years would be my guess. But anyways, do I think houses are going to come down? Absolutely. I do. I do think they're going to come down. I think they're going to. I just think that they've gotten too far too fast. Now, I know the interest rates are at an all-time low. You can get 30-year fixed rate money, 2.5%. That's ridiculous. Anyways, I mean, as long as they keep printing money, the money's free, right? The money's free. So anyways, but pretty soon they're going to be lowering it to negative interest, and then they're going to be paying you to buy that house. This is not going to work. It's not going to end well. Those houses will be coming down. Mark my words. We're at $320,000 now for the average price home in the U.S. Maybe we get up to $330,000, $340,000 before it crashes, but I bet that gets chopped. Bet it goes down below $200,000. It's my prediction right here. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I'll be wrong. So I think it'll be down below $200,000 an ounce. Oh, $200,000. Now, how many ounces of silver would that take to buy that house? Well, I actually think silver is going to be going up. I think it's going to go up $50, $100, maybe even $150. So if you drop the houses down below 200,000, maybe to 150,000, maybe they get chopped in half down to 150. Silver goes up to 150. You got 1,000 ounces again. It's going to happen sometime. I'm not sure it's going to happen next year. Probably would bet against that, but you never know. Things happen fast now. This could happen like in just a blink of an eye. But anyways, my point is, you want to get to a point where you have about 1,000 ounces of silver. Just store it away. Put it away. Don't touch it. And then when the average price of a home in the U.S. equals the same as that 1,000 ounces of silver, I'd convert it into the house. If you already have a house, just make it a rental. But that would be my game plan for you. Get 1,000 ounces of silver, store it away. When you can buy a house with it, an average price house in the U.S., do it. Do it. Anyways, that's when the houses will be priced fairly. Anyways, one last tip before we go. I also buy silver stocks. I'm going to give you one that I jump in and out of, but I think it's a good entry point right now. It's called Mag Silver. MAG is the symbol on that. Anyways, it's trading right now around $16. I jump in and out of this. It's trading right at the 50-day moving average, and once again, that's sloping upward. I think it's going to go higher. I think that would be a good one if you wanted to take a shot on an individual stock. Otherwise, just go with the GDX and the GDXJ. Anyways, I hope some of this has been helpful for you. This has been the Friday gold and silver report. from the Stock Market Gambler. Now, I do ask one thing of you is to hit that subscribe button if you can. Just go ahead and punch that button. And anyways, that would help me out a lot. Also, if you want to know my trading techniques, you can go to the stockmarketgambler.com and get my free stock market secrets. Put in your name and email. Anyways, hopefully we'll continue to have these conversations back and forth with you during the week. I hope to be back on Monday with another one, and we'll talk to you then. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Tall Mike.